Hi, hope you're having a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm ranking the She-Hulk cameos now that the series is finally over. So beware, first of all, of spoilers, including the final episode. So if you have not seen the final episode or the whole series in general, please get out because I will be spoiling the series for you. But yeah, now that She-Hulk has finally wrapped up, I'm gonna rank the cameos. They had 7 cameos in total. I'm gonna count a celebrity as a cameo, even though it's not really a Marvel character, it's a celebrity. So I'm gonna count them for as a cameo. So it has 7 cameos total that I think were pretty big cameos that I run a rank. And yeah, She-Hulk wrapped up. My thoughts on the finale in general were that it was pretty creative. I liked it. Not everything worked for me. There were some things that I thought were kind of dumb, but just because of your creativity, I think I ended up like kind of enjoying it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, let's moving on to the She-Hulk cameos ranking. And like I said, there's 7. So sorry, number 7. And number 7 is going to be Megan Thee Stallion. I guess that's how I think you pronounce it fully. And she was a cameo in this show. She was in I think episode 3. And she was just there. Basically, she was just there, kind of like adding a little bit of the girl vibe to the show, which makes sense. And the post credit scene with She-Hulk twerking with her was like fun. I guess it was like it definitely helped the show gain popularity, and it was fun. I didn't really like love it or anything, but I was like, yeah, that's fun. It fits the character of She-Hulk a lot. But like I said, she didn't really add a lot to the show. She was there for like a couple scenes, a couple seconds, but it was a fun cameo. So that's why she's at number 7. I still kind of enjoyed it, to be honest. All right, on to my number 6 spot, and that is going to be Skaar. And Skaar is newly and a new cameo at the end of the episode, the final episode, and he was there for like 5 seconds max. But he's finally been confirmed that Hulk has a son in the MCU, Skaar, and now he's been introduced into the MCU, into the audience. So that's really, really interesting. I really can't wait to see what they do next with him. In fact, I'm doing a video about She-Hulk, all the things that they set up for that, so definitely make sure to wait for that video. It's going to be a really good video. But Skaar is like a huge part of World War Hulk in the comics and everything, so just for that, it automatically goes up. However, they massacred my boy. Like, look at him and right now in the MCU, and then look at him in the comics. Like, wow, what a difference! Like, they massacred my boy's look. They did him wrong. You know what I mean? That hairline is ugly. So yeah, I don't know why they approved that design. I don't like it at all. So I don't know. Fix it, please. Campfire, please. It really sucks. So at first I thought that's really bad. But and also it kind of already ruins the story because the whole point is that Skaar is like really mad at Hulk for like abandoning him as a kid, or I mean, whenever he wasn't even born yet, and all that type of stuff. So it kind of already ruined the story a little bit. So I am very curious to see if they're going to be able to do World War Hulk like that. But still, he was a really big important character to Hulk's story, which is why he's at number 6 over Megan Thee Stallion, even though he was only there for like 5 seconds. And he was not super high, just because I feel like his introduction wasn't as grand as it could have been. That's the other reason why. So yeah. All right, we're on to my number 5th spot, and that's going to be Wong. And Wong was in like 3 episodes or 4 episodes, so he was in this show for a pretty good chunk. So that's really nice. So first of all, he was there for Abomination. Then he was there for his own case against that one sorcerer. He was like kind of a fake sorcerer. And then he got that Madison with him, which is really interesting just to see how he kind of developed this relationship with Madison. I did not expect that at all, and how she ruined Sopranos for him. That was really, really funny. And then in this final episode, he was seen in the post-credit scene to free Abomination, which is also really funny. So yeah, Wong himself added like a pretty nice final dynamic. I like how he adds more connectivity to the MCU, adds more like world building about the sorcery and how some people are using the powers for like shows and everything. I really like that, and I really, like I said, I really like the dynamic between him and Madison. It was just really funny, and it fit the tone of the show really, really well. So yeah, I did end up like enjoying Wong a lot in this show, and that's why he's in my number 5th spot. Alright, moving on from Wong, moving on to my 4th spot, and that's going to be K.E.V.I.N, which stands for Knowledge Enhanced Visual Interconnectivity Nexus. And this was also a cameo from the last episode, and this was a really funny cameo because we obviously all know who it's supposed to like stand in for, which is Kevin Feige, which I thought was really meta, and I really like that. It did kind of suck, which is the main reason why it's this slow, that it wasn't actually Kevin Feige himself. I think it would have been a lot more interesting if it would have actually been Kevin Feige himself. Because come on, he already like he's literally the front of center. He's the face of Marvel. So I don't know why he could have in the show. I think would have been really funny, really meta, because it kind of took away from having to talk to a robot kind of thing. Like I felt like a lot of times it was like, oh, you're lacking of emotion. Come on, like show some emotion. You know what I mean, like I really want them to show a little bit more than just like not like a robotic voice. I think it would have been pretty awesome if Kevin could have like given some winks. Like whenever She-Hulk was like, whenever the X-Men come in and like it said I can't disclose information or something, it would have been funny if Kevin Feige said I can't tell you yet, and like he winked to the camera or something. That would have been like really funny. Stuff like that would have been really funny if Kevin Feige himself was actually in the show instead of just like a little robot voice. But however, that was still pretty cool. I think the robot still fit the concept of it, and I still really liked it a lot. I like how it stands for Ken and Feige, and like how it's like it fixing the show and like the support system that it has to make shows and movies of Marvel and that type of stuff, and how it's like sometimes some are better than others and so on. I thought it was really funny as well. So yeah, I did enjoy Kevin a lot. I think it just enhanced the last episode by a lot. It really ended up for me saving the last episode along with Daredevil, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit. But yeah, Kevin was pretty funny. So yeah, I like Kevin a lot. I just wish it was Kevin Feige himself to show more emotion. All right, moving on to my third spot, and that is going to be Hulk. And Hulk was in the first episode a little bit in the second episode. He had like a phone call, and then he was in the last episode also for just like a little smidge. And I thought he was really awesome. I think he worked really well for the first episode. He really introduced us to this whole thing of She-Hulk and being a Hulk and all that type of stuff. And I think it really worked the way that he introduced us. I really felt bad for Hulk in many moments in that show, in that episode. Specifically when they destroyed the bar between him and Tony, that was really, really sad for me. I was like, no, not the bar that they built together. That was pretty sad. And also, seeing that first episode, it just made me realize that I really want a Hulk movie from Bruce Banner. Like, I really want a Hulk movie. He just has so much potential that I feel like we haven't explored. That I think should be explored. You know, he's a great character. I want to see more of him, which is why I'm really excited that they might do the World War Hulk story. I'm really, really excited. So yeah, please cross my fingers. Please do that story. It's so awesome. But yeah, I'm really excited for Hulk in the future. And I did, like I said, I really did think that he did a great job. Mark Ruffalo did a great job playing Bruce Banner, having to control his emotions, his anger, talking about how people will see him as like a raging monster, and that's why he has to be extra calm, all that type of stuff. That was really awesome. I really did enjoy him. He was also nice, and he's like, oh, don't worry, he sent me a haiku. Talking about Abomination. He's like, oh, don't worry, he sent me a haiku. You can get him out of jail if you want, Jennifer. That was pretty funny. And he went to Skaar and everything, and I think they set up the story really well continuing forward. So yeah, I do like Hulk a lot, and I think his kind of worked really well for this series. All right, on to my second spot, and that is going to be Abomination. Now, Abomination is a cameo that I think went completely different from what I expected, but it worked really well. I think it worked really, really well. I like kind of like the different way of events that they kind of portrayed of him, of Emil Blonsky. I thought it was pretty interesting. I really like the perspective that, you know, he was the soldier here. He thought he was in the right. I wish I would have explored that a little bit more, and instead of just being like a quick argument, I wish we could have seen some flashes or something. That would have been super awesome. So yeah, I really like that episode where he shows up. Then I really like episode 7, which is an episode that I actually really enjoyed. Whenever he's like helping She-Hulk through her problems after Josh completely ghosted her, which was really messed up with Josh. But anyways, I really like that episode a lot. I think Abomination really worked, and I was like, okay, I definitely can see Abomination being like this type of person. And I was like, you know what, maybe this change is for the better. Because at the start, I was like, I'm 50-50 on this change, but then once I saw what he actually became and how much he helps people and everything, I was like, maybe this change is for the better. I think it worked really, really well. So that's pretty awesome. But in the last episode, I thought it was kind of stupid. You know, he turned back to Abomination, even though he doesn't seem like he would be that guy anymore, and all that type of stuff. And in general, I thought it just kind of ruined him. Him going back to jail seemed pretty dumb to me. Like, come on, like why? I don't know. I just found that really dumb. I mean, he did get freed at the end with Wong, but still, I just felt like he had already gotten a pretty nice point of the story. I don't see why they would just ruin that character and bring him down, making him turn to Abomination for no reason, and go talk the speech as Abomination. I just think that it didn't work, so that kind of brought him down a little bit. But I still think that it was still a really fun role to just see played out. And I just wish we would have seen more of him, more of that perspective against Hulk and why he was truly the victim, or like the victim, kind of like Cobra Kai Johnny style. You know what I mean? All right, well, that's my number one favorite cameo of She-Hulk. And come on, we all know who it is. We all expected this. And it's going to be Daredevil. Daredevil completely was an amazing cameo in this series. He did not show up until the very end. Like, wow, it took forever to get to Daredevil. But once he did, it was glorious. Episode 8 was amazing with Daredevil. It was probably my favorite episode along with the last one. Those last 2 episodes were the best. I really enjoyed them. Daredevil really did a lot for that 8 episode. He really worked really well. The chemistry between him and Jen works amazing. Charlie Cox brought his A game to this show. And you can definitely tell that he loves his characters. It really goes through the screen. I really like seeing Charlie Cox just enjoy playing Daredevil. It's really awesome. And like Light Daredevil actually surprisingly worked really well. I was like, maybe this isn't going to work as well. But I was like, yeah, this actually works pretty well. I really like how Daredevil, I didn't feel like Daredevil got messed up at all. It felt like the same Daredevil from Netflix post season 3. So that's really awesome. Like I said, chemistry with Jennifer really works. The jokes that he made really works. And my boy Daredevil has game. He has game. And also his court scene, because the difference to the rest of the show, which the court scenes suck, Daredevil's court scene actually worked really well. She has completely destroyed She-Hulk in court. I thought it was pretty fun. And in general, his new suit, his lighting, the lighting with the new suit, his Holly blue fight, kind of thing. It was really awesome. So I really did love Daredevil. This last episode, whenever he's talking to the parents and everything of She-Hulk, that was really funny. So he was just awesome. He was really, really awesome. He brought amazing action. His man Murdock scenes were on point. Then he brought game with She-Hulk, completely did his thing there. Then in the final episode, he came back and he was like really nice person with his parents and everything, but her parents and everything. So yeah, he's not a douchebag. He was just pretty awesome, and I really can't wait to see Daredevil Born Again. After seeing this series and how they completely not messed him up, but actually gave him like perfect, I want to see Daredevil Born Again like really, really bad. Really can't wait for that. So yeah, those are my cameos rank for She-Hulk. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments. Which is your favorite cameo? Which is your least favorite cameo? You can leave on your home list down below, or you can tell me any thoughts that you had on a specific cameo. I'm very curious about that down in the comments. Abomination, K.E.V.I.N, Skaar. What are the thoughts on those cameos? I'm very curious about that down in the comments. As well as just leave a like in your video. It'll be very, very helpful. So please, please, please leave a like. As well as subscribe for other content. Like I said, I'm doing She-Hulk. 10 MCU projects that they set up, because they set up a lot of projects. And I'm going to be doing more videos on She-Hulk, probably episodes ranked and so on. So yeah, make sure to subscribe for all that content that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is J Entertainment, out.